The next article I want to dive into, and I love this concept, is the sneaky stacks. And anyone listening to this outside my mom, hello, mom, is likely aware of what stacking means. You have the quarterback and then another weapon from the same team. So you get that kind of double whammy when they score. Most often a receiver, sometimes a tight end or a running back in one of those teams that likes to target the backfield here. Well established in DFS, but now you're kind of advising people to stack in season-long formats as well. Why is that? What's the growing popularity in stacking here?
That's a great question, and there are actually, I think, a number of interesting answers. So one super high-end stack, and it might be the freaking optimal stack, is you say you're drafting at 1.11, and you start off with Tyreek Hill at 1.11. You come back and it's what, 2.2? It comes back to you and you take Kelce. You come back in the third round and you're in a league where, people are not drafting quarterbacks early, and you get Mahomes. So in DFS, let's just say in DFS, if you could have Mahomes, Kelce, and Tyreek on your roster every single week in DFS, I mean, I guarantee you're greening at the end of the year. Yeah, right. And you might have some monster wins.
Yeah.
And you can maybe come back with Damian Williams in the 8th or 9th round, or, you're probably not getting CEH, but, maybe you take Watkins in the 12th, or, if you're a Hardman person, I'm not, but I get it because I love McCole Hardman, theoretically. You could take him later. I mean, that's a team stack that has some serious freaking juice. Okay. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum would be like stacking. What's like a lower end offense that might explode? I mean, I kind of thought
that's kind of like your sneaky stacks, right? That's kind of what you're exploring there.
Yeah, but I wrote that like 2 months ago. So I'm trying to.
It was a great piece. She had 6 teams. Yeah. I mean, I liked the one I liked the most.
I did it last year, and we had like the Ravens, we had the 49ers, we had the Bucks. I mean, just hit it out of the park, So I'm trying to do that again. But no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I liked you guys knocked the home run. I really liked. I believe the Giants were one of your teams because. Yeah. Like you could pick your favorite, but that was my personal favorite of your 6 sneaky stacks for sure.
Actually, I think the Broncos, who were just dogged on, were like the number 6 team too. I might need to pull them out. But I mean, the idea of let's say we agree on the Giants, who I've sort of soured on since I wrote the article, and that has been outlined in our podcast and in some of the articles since. But let's say we're still on the Giants, or no, let's use the Lions because I still believe in them. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So the Lions as a sneaky stack, this is like almost the opposite of a team stack like the Chiefs. The Chiefs are not a sneaky team stack, although that sort of start I think is a little bit sneaky. Like if you can pull that off, you are. I mean, and it's realistic to pull off. I mean, it's not crazy to pull off. But let's say so the Lions are really the true definition of a sneaky stack, because Stafford goes in the 11th round, and he was off to a tremendous start in his first 8 games last year. He plays indoors. This performance under this would be the second year of Darrell Bevel. They have some continuity there. Marvin Jones is back healthy. T.J. Hawkinson's back healthy. Kenny Golladay. I mean, you could come out of the 3rd round with Golladay. You could come out of the 6th round with DeAndre Swift. You get Marvin Jones in the 8th, and you get Stafford in the 11th. And, I don't know, maybe you can mix in Hawkinson too. I actually think that Hawkinson, growing belief that he's a critical part of this sneaky stack. But, I mean, you could – and all those guys are priced affordably. They can all smash their ADPs, really, really outscore their ADPs. And if this offense goes off and finishes like top 5 in scoring, you just bought you bought something at a severe discount that just appreciated in value tremendously. And then, obviously you have all your other picks that you made. And if you drafted well there, I mean, you're putting together a super team.
100%. Yeah, I forgot completely about the Lions. Probably my favorite pick now that you brought them up. Just reading from your article here, they were averaging before Stafford went down 25 and a half points, 391.3 yards per game, which goes eighth and fourth in the league if that went on. In Stafford himself, 106 passer rating, yards per attempt were 9.1, yards per completion 13. That's insane. 13.4, 6.5%
He
touchdown
had the
rate.
highest average depth of target in the NFL. Like they were chucking it downfield.
Mhm.
When you think back, and you remember Jim Bob Cooter used to get a lot of praise. He had freaking Stafford. Like the offense was centered around what Theo Riddick and Golden Tate, a slot receiver and a running back. That was their passing game. And then Bevel comes in and is like, no. Man, we have like the strongest arm quarterback in the league. And he's going to be throwing the ball downfield to freaking Galladay and Marvin Jones and, Hawkinson sometimes. But, like Darrell Bevel just used common sense to be able to put together, what was a prolific offense for the first half of the year.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, and the part of it being sneaky is it comes at cost with all those stats, with a top 8 to top even 5 potential offense that you're getting that cheaply. Even if you miss on Galladay because he just doesn't fall to where you're at, everybody has a shot at Marvin Jones, which his stats are right along base with.
Like Stafford, Marvin Jones, and Hawkinson would be a fine line stack. That's
Absolutely.
one thing that when you're talking about team stacking, you don't want to stack too many. When you go back and look at it, it's usually 3 or 4, maybe 5, but usually 3 or 4. 3 or 4 dudes on the same team. Yeah, you don't have to reach on Galladay. We have Galladay actually below consensus right now. We have Marvin Jones way above consensus. We have Hawkinson right around. We have Stafford above. I can't remember where we are on Swift, but 3 to 4 is the sweet spot.
100%. And the Marvin Jones love is a huge one I'm totally on board with. When you look at his last 16 as compared to Kenny Galladay's, they're almost neck and neck. The guy's a touchdown machine. So that's an unbelievable stack that you can get for cheap if you miss out on something like the Chiefs. I love that call there. What is up, you fantasy wolf? Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, share your thoughts in the comments, check out some more videos, and join the newest Wolfpack by subscribing below.